So we've just got to Wales. Feel a bit cheated. This campsite was supposed to be hard standing and all the pictures are like on a mountain with lovely views. But it's just in a car park, at the back of a car park with other vehicles. So on a busy road. So hopefully we're not going to have a constant flow of traffic all night. It's our first night, so we've driven across the country, so we'll just see how we get on. We're not going to be here that long. I'm sure we can cope with it. But yeah, see how we do. It's just next morning now. Slept all right, usual. I wake up early, a bit cold, but I think that's the standard, isn't it? But on reflection, I think it's probably a bit harsh on the place. And it's only cost 18 quid. We've got our own little private parking area, so no one else can get down there. And you get a key to the toilet block. Bit of a nuisance having to come and unlock the key safe to get a key to get in the door to and then lock someone else out if they need it at the same time. But it's all right. It's better than shitting in the woods, isn't it? But no one else stayed here overnight in the main car park. It's only $3.90 for the calendar day, which seems a bit of an odd way of saying it, but it must be patrolled. Otherwise I would have thought there'd be more people parking here because it's quite a nice area, really. The roads had a steady flow of traffic. Got busy around 6, but it's Monday morning, so everybody's off to work, I guess. Apart from us lucky few. But yeah, we're up early, so we're probably going to head off to the next destination. We're thinking about going to Rosilly Bay. It's supposed to be wild horses and ponies on the beach and cliff tops. It's supposed to be quite nice. And then we're going to go on through the Black Mountain Pass and have a cup of tea at the top of the mountain. And then we're going to head cross country over to the coast and go down Cardigan Bay towards Cardigan town. And there's supposed to be dolphins and the occasional whale in the sea there. And that's our next campsite, Aberporth, which is a proper campsite. Didn't cost too much again. So we'll have to see. I'll try and get some footage on the top of the mountain and stuff. But obviously I'll be driving. The missus will probably be asleep. So yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. Here she is. In a big pack-a-mac. So she's nice and warm. And this are the facilities here. So you've got like a walking trail, play park thing for the kids. There's a nice cafe up there. Seems to do quite a lot, but they're not open until 10. So it's no good for us. Plenty of walks and things. Nice bright early morning sun, so you can't actually see some sort of mining exhibition. Although there's no details actually of what they are. They're just big wheels. And a little river in there. So yes, this is it. So it's mainly for walking and cycling enthusiasts. Lots of men in lycra if you like that kind of thing. But yeah, it's all right. So just got to Rosilly Bay. Look at that for a bay. Nice big car park. If you've got disabled badges, free parking, which we have. The missus has scribbled. Yeah, but nice, yeah. Sunny again. 2 days of sun in Wales. I don't know if that's ever happened before, is it? But we're going to go for a little wander and explore. There's supposed to be wild horses around here somewhere, so we're going to go for a little walk, see what we can see. So we just walked down from Rosilly Bay. A little jut of land out there is called the Worm. I don't think we're going to quite go as far as that, but it's an incredible view out here. One of the most peaceful beaches we've been to. It's incredible. So that's the bay up there. A few sheep along the way. You can see there's the wife. Look at a few pictures of the wildlife. But yeah, it's well worth a visit. The road's a bit windy to get down here in a van, but definitely worth it. So here we are at the top of the Black Mountain Pass. Incredible views all round. Great road, especially if you like your driving and your bikes and stuff. There's an average 40 limit though, so don't be naughty and get caught. It's certainly worth the drive. But yeah, amazing. I know you're on your way. Oh dear. So we made it to our next destination. It's been a long day's driving and we're both quite tired now. But this is Aberporth Sea View Camping. Apparently there's dolphins and occasionally whales here. And we've got the whole place to ourselves, which I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Might be an indicator that the shower blocks are way up here somewhere and they're like little sheds. So it's going to be cold. And it's still sunny. I thought it was supposed to rain all the time in Wales. But we're getting away with it so far. So there we are. Another beautiful morning in Wales. As you can see, it's still not raining. Someone told me it always rains in Wales. So this is Aberporth Bay still. You can see we stayed here last night. It's a bit of fresh air, but it's early. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, we're getting very spoilt with this weather. So this morning we're going to head off inland again and pick up the Ellen Valley Road. There's dams and reservoirs and valleys. It's cool. I've been through there once before and it's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to show the missus, see what she thinks of it. And then we're going to stay at a place called the Devil's Bridge near Aberystwyth. So that should be interesting as well. But yeah, it looks like we're in for another beautiful day. So this is the southern point of the Ellen Valley, and if that wasn't enough, we've come to the Cabin Cock Reservoir. I'm not sure how you say it, but bear with me a second. I'm pretty sure this is where they filmed the Dam Busters. Well, I don't know if I want to live down there. Yeah, amazing. So we're still on the Ellen Valley route. Another dam, another reservoir. Amazing countryside. It's really cold now. Making a mess of my grey hair. But we're going to carry on up. It's just up there. So still on the Ellen Valley Trail. Another dam, another reservoir. Incredible. All this in beautiful Wales. There's still no rain. It's still nice and dry. Ish. It's freezing cold but dry. We're still on the Ellen Valley Road. So we're just heading north to all the reservoirs. But it's incredible. It's some big American plains like you see in the films, doesn't it? I expect to see some Red Indians or something. Buffalo come through here. Amazing. I'll get breath here, just run up the road. I just want to record this. This is still the Ellen Valley. It's incredible. If you haven't been here, it's a must go to destination. It's absolutely amazing. To get the reservoirs and the rivers, and it just opens up into all these plains, all these valleys. Absolutely amazing. We're still on the Ellen Valley Road, coming out to the north end of it now. And you can see there's an old derelict building here. This all used to be metal mines, tin mines. They just suddenly changed, come around a couple of bends. Twisting rivers flowing through it. And it's all full of mines, it's all slate. My wife's not getting out this time, it's too cold and windy. She's running out of patience. Yeah, it's going to be another few miles of this, I think. So we've arrived at Woodlands Caravan Park at the end of the Ellen Valley. It's near Aberystwyth. You can see the van in the distance, but we've got the whole place to ourselves. Some weird figures around here. There's a racehorse, a bear. I don't think you get bears in Wales. And there's the wife. You're not the bear?
No.
Have you checked? Go play in the park apparently. This is the Devil's Bridges. 3 bridges, one on top of the other. Allegedly, the first bridge was built by the devil to help a shepherd get a cow back. Don't know if that's likely. The other option is it was built by monks, which seems more likely, I would have thought, than the devil to get a cow back. But yeah, 3 bridges, so they really needed to get across this river. and waterfall. Been teasing for noise on the walk down here. It's waterfall. Nothing more to say really, is it? It's a bit lower down on the steps. But look at this. That is mental. I would have to come back up it. So we're sort of tucked in the waterfall here. This little cut out, it's called Robber's Cave. Apparently some highwaymen used to hide here. Now I'm not sure, God, I'm out of breath with these steps. Now I'm not sure if I can feel the waterfall vibrating through this platform or it's my heart rate. I don't know. Waterfall, tastes blood, knees are killing me. Too many steps. Need to get to the gym. So these are the troublemakers. If it wasn't for these, they wouldn't have built all these bloody steps, would they? Why am I itching all over? So just about recovered from Devil's Bridge and the 3 waterfalls, the fiasco with all those bloody steps. But yeah, there's a few more people here now, but still, we've got a bit of a sunset going on over there and it's looking gorgeous. Can't complain. It's stunning, it's still sunny. I can't believe it's still sunny in Wales. People are talking a lot of nonsense, weren't they? It's gorgeous, it's like the Mediterranean almost. We're just doing a little dog walk, doing a bit of laundry and showers and all that business, and then going to settle in for some tea and biscuits. And then tomorrow we're off on another little adventure, going up to the Llyn Peninsula. So it's a big jut of land that sticks out in the north of Wales. So it's bound to be windy, very windy, and more wind. But if it's dry, we can live with wind. So another beautiful day in Wales. We slept quite well last night. They shut the roof vent and everybody says you're supposed to have it open, but it's so bloody cold with it open, so we slept a bit bare. Still an early start though, but another glorious day. We're getting spoiled on this. So today's actually our 20th wedding anniversary. So me and the missus have put up with each other for 2 decades now. And it feels like we should get awards or something from the government to persevere. You know, we've all got our flaws, my missus does really well to put up with all of my flaws. Believe it or not, I have some. But yeah, happy anniversary, darling. So just out walking the dog, I come up this hill at the back of the campsite, and this is a little worrying. You know, there's strict rules here. You know, no barbecues, no loud music after 10:30. Is this what happens if you break the rules? You know, it's a good job we're only staying one night. We're off soon, so hopefully we won't find out. So we made it to Aberystwyth. And it's lovely and sunny, you can't beat it. And lovely clear blue seas, clear beach, and there's no people here. We know it's off season. Then real people are working. That's quite pretty. I was surprised. I thought it'd be more built up than this and more touristy. Yeah, seaside vibes. So we were meant to be staying near Aberdaron on the Llyn Peninsula, so we're just right at the tip of the peninsula. Roads are quite sketchy. You don't want to meet anything coming the other way, any kind of speed. And then we get there and it's just a slopey field with a little hut on it. No one man in the hut, and it says phone this number to get someone. You've got no phone signal, no internet signal, there's nothing at all. There's directions to a house which you can't find. So we abandoned ship, found somewhere else. So we're half up the peninsula now near a place called Pistol. And this is called Team on the Llyn campsite. And again, it's early in the season, so we're the only ones here. We've got amazing views all around. It's better than any other peninsula anyway. You must have got a peninsula and you've got this. Mountains in the background. Yeah, so it's a bit windy, so it might be a bit bouncy in the van. It's looking a bit dirty now. It looks like I've been on adventures, so I quite like a dirty vehicle. So yeah, we'll see how we get on tonight. Up and ready to go. Another early start. We all slept well. Even the dog didn't get up last night. We all slept that well. But we're treated to another glorious day in Wales. Look at these views. And we weren't going to stop here. This is sort of a last minute change of mind because of the phone signal and testing and all that. But they've got lovely hosts that live here. More than accommodating. We sort of gave them about 45 minutes warning. So we just turned up and hadn't got the email yet to say that we'd booked. But yeah, he soon ran around and sorted out all the toilets and showers and gave us a little tour. So yeah, thoroughly recommend this place. Yeah, they're more than helpful. And yeah, amazing blue skies, mountains in the distance, open fields, and no people either. So I've been treated. I'll give you a little van tour. So I set up, I've been here a few days now, so we're kind of getting into the swing of things. So I'll do that now. So here's the setup we're using. Obviously the dog kennel down there, gas hob. We've got a chopping board with a sink under it. That's been working quite well, just with like a water bottle underneath. Oh, nearly fell out of the van. So that's like 2 days, 3 days worth of wastewater, the grey water. So we'll dump that when we see appropriate places. We've got storage we aren't using as well, just bits and pieces. Got the bin in there and stuff. I think that's the diesel heater down there, and then just using that as a little shoe cupboard. Percy's spending most of the time on the bed, thoroughly enjoying van life. Aren't you, boy? And we've got the cupboards. These have ended up being the wife's cupboards, full of her stuff. I get those back too. And then these ones have got like the toiletries and washing stuff. And then up here, so we've got some cooking appliances. We've got porridges and dried things, and we've got biscuits and stuff, tins of things, packets of rice, just a couple of, you know, we've got some bread in there and some other snacky bits. But it's all working quite well. So do the food prep obviously over here, cook on there, wash in there, jobs are good, and that's the toilet. This fridge, thoroughly impressed with this fridge. Just an Amazon job, but we got loads of stuff in there. It's good, you know, depending on obviously what you want to eat and drink, but you'll get 4 days worth of food in there. It hardly uses any power. Well, the only thing is you have to keep sliding in and out depending on your setup, of course. And we had a bit of a thing with a Bluetti power station. It kept switching off the DC. Took me a little while to figure out how to go in the app and switch off the eco mode, and now it just stays on. Because it was a bit weird, we've been parked up for a little bit and then the lights would just turn off. And here's the wife back from her shower.
Hiya! Really
Obviously
nice.
Percy's the wife's dog, you see how excited he is to see her. What was a review on the showers?
It was really nice in there.
Good.
I found it quite warm.
I thought it was a bit invigorating, but maybe I went a bit early.
Lovely.
I'll just show you what I've been doing with the towels. Oh, might not be the best idea. But I'll put up this clothes rail on the back here. Clothes rail's modelled by the wife, and then just putting a towel over it and then pegging them together so they don't slide off and end up just in a heap on the floor. But it's alright, it gets most of the damp off. And it's not huffing up the van too much, but we don't know what everybody else does, so we're kind of making things up as we go along. But yeah, we'll soon be off onto the next destination. Just got to walk the hound. And oh, the wife's got to do her hair. But yeah, it's all going swimmingly, apart from that. So this is the start of another rocky, dangerous walk. It's the Idwall Valley Walk. So it's supposed to be about 2.5 miles, 4 kilometres ish, a couple of hours. So let's smash this out, shall we? Just gone past a couple. All their trekking gear, fancy boots, walking sticks, head to toe lycra, bandanas. I'm just doing it in my Levi's and New Balance. Channeling your inner mountain goat. It's a bit of a, it's not one for disabled access. I'm reasonably young. reasonably fit and healthy, I like to think, despite what the last video was of some silly adventuring, going around looking at waterfalls. But this is the new me, I hope. So here we have it, Edward Valley. Blessed with glorious sunshine again. So I hope you can hear the little trickling water on the waterfalls filming turn out there. But yeah, it looks incredible. Who knew there was a beach in the Edward Valley? Somewhat stony, it's a bit more accustomed to our Suffolk beaches, but the water is crystal clear, just about see-through, and the scenery absolutely stunning. I mean, it's a rocky walk to get down and around here, but if you're able to, it's definitely worth doing. Getting a bit warm now. To take my hoodie off. You see so many people with the special boots, the high socks, waterproof layers, high wicking, this and that, woolly hats, and those silly walking sticks. And I bet they've got thermals on as well. You don't need it, but all you need, trainers and jeans, bottle of water, juice, squash. I wouldn't recommend sliders. That might be a little dodgy. But look where it can take you. And all these people with all the walking gear, they don't look happy, do they? They don't look happy. They've spent hundreds of pounds, maybe £1,000 on all the gear. And then they come to places like this where allegedly it rains all the time, but you know, we've had 4 days of straight sunshine, it's glorious. So spend all that money and all the gear, come to these places, and then they've got to take it all off and carry it around in probably £100 rucksack that's waterproof and you can float on it in a stream and scare bears away and all that sort of stuff. But it's just not necessary. Not necessary. I say save the money, spend it on pies, and then just come and do it and burn the pie off. That's my working philosophy anyway. People are funny things, aren't they? You know, some half up a cliff there. We're the only species on the planet probably to try and find more and more inventive ways of killing ourselves. And you think about it, why on earth would you climb a rock face with a bit of string and sticky shoes if you're not trying to kill yourself? Yeah, I'm bad enough walking. I ride bikes as well, I ride motorbikes. So you can see a few more of them. And that's a risk as well. So I get the adrenaline buzz side of it. But we're the only species with a self-destructive trait, aren't we? Excuse me, for making some noise and one of it hearing. Yeah, funny old lot, aren't we? So I'm now back at the start of the valley trail. Got to walk around the actual valley. So yeah, it's not taking too long. It's not too difficult. You know, if you got a little bit about you, you'll be able to do it. And it's definitely worth it. Certainly on a clear, dry day. Absolutely gorgeous. So we've made it to London now. Unexpected stop off just for a change of pace. Let's see some stuff. It's pretty a massive rock pier up there. A typical Brit, Welsh, old lady at the fag and all that stuff. Yeah, the amazing hotels as well. All these big buildings. It's not. We're expecting more shops and stuff, seaside type shops, but don't have to have them. Each to their own. The missus is a little disappointed, but she loves a good seaside shop. You say that now, but you love a seaside shop, don't you? Yeah, it's quite nice, quite nice. It wouldn't be a British seaside without the row of tut shops selling all the sort of Chinese rubbish. People seem to like that up there, don't they? You'll find these every British seaside. So here we are, our last campsite in Wales. This is a place called Glen Glenway Gauze. It's up in the hills above Abigail on the north coast. Some little glamping pods, although we had a little look. I don't know if I call them glamping pods. They're more like the old pig sheds that have been converted. But yeah, wide open. They're the owners of the field, I guess, in that house up there. But got it all to ourselves. Although the drive's a little hairy getting up here, so I don't blame anybody. But yeah, and we got some little goatee friends. So no doubt that's going to wind the dog up. But yeah, nice enough. And it's still sunny. Makes all the difference. I was blowing a gale up here and chucking it down with rain and sleet. Might be a bit different, but we're quite happy as it is. Just thought I'd show you some of the sunset. It's not every day you get to see a sunset going behind the mountains. It's still a glorious night, evening, day. I'm very fortunate on this holiday to have got as much nice weather as we have. But yeah, look at that sunset. A bit tired this morning. Had indigestion last night when I went to bed and we're on a slight slope. I just had like burps all night. I mean, it's quite cold and I feel a bit old and decrepit this morning. We've got another beautiful day. We're going to head off soon, I think, and there's a little town called Betts Coed, I think. It's not far up, half an hour away. Been recommended it by the wife's stepdad. Supposed to be nice. And then we're going to head off back to a campsite in Oxfordshire as a halfway stop before we head home. So we just had a small stop off in Betts Coed, I think it's called. And there's a lovely river runs through it. Some very expensive looking hotels and bars, and jewellery shops and stuff like that. And the wife's found a shop where she needs to touch everything. So I've just taken the dog for a little walk. Try and get some time because there's nothing worse than watching your wife shop, touching everything and then walking out empty-handed. Or spending everything. So it's come for a little stroll. But it's a lovely place. Another lovely day as well. Glorious sunshine. Yeah, the river's nice. You can see a bit of it through the trees here. So we just made it to our final campsite of the trip. This is the old dairy farm, old dairy, something like that, in Banbury, Oxfordshire. It's a bigger site than we've been staying on, but it's just a stop off before we go home to Suffolk. But yeah, looks professional. You can see behind me, got all the wooden shacks there. Behind that's the toilet and the shop and showers and all that business. Yeah. So, sun. I'm not used to the sun. So yeah, uneventful journeys on motorways and dual carriageway, the worst kind of travelling in my opinion. Made a mistake and didn't put into the sat nav to avoid toll roads, so ended up getting caught in the M6 toll. So a bit of knowledge for you, if you're using a transit van, it's £19.50, which seems a bit extortionate really. It's all pay road tax and all that. But yeah, so this is our stop off, nothing too glamorous, flat and dull and boring, but it serves a purpose, doesn't it? Another early start for us. You can see with a bit of a frost in the night. Not used to this now, after being in Wales with beautiful weather all the time. In Oxfordshire, it's cold. But we both slept all right, I think. There's a train at the bottom of the field there. Gives us the occasional toot as it goes past, but slept through reasonably well, considering. But yeah, a few people up and about early. It's about 7 now, I think. We've been up about an hour. Have a coffee, you know, get yourself sorted. Yeah, so it's all right. It's a normal campsite here. Everybody's reasonably well conscious of each other's needs. There's no loud music and drunk people shouting and stuff. Yeah, so we're going to start packing up in a minute and then we're off back to sunny Suffolk and see what the daughter's done to the house. So we're a couple of minutes from home. Mrs. just had to make a pit stop. Thoughts about our trip? It's got to be done. Wales is amazing. We've done about 1,030 miles in 6 days. Probably a bit much for the missus because she's got bad back. So I'm getting the blame for that. But yeah, the van's done really well. Dog's done well. I think Percy travelled really well. Quite happy in his little car seat box thing. yeah, it went really well. So we're already talking about our next trip and where and how long for. So yeah, exciting times ahead.